Garry Paskwietz with Darrell Rideaux here on Brian Kennedy Howard Jones Field. Darrell, it's game week, getting ready for Western Michigan right now. Trojans finishing up a good week of practice, but the one thing that still Coach Helton is saying has got him a little bit concerned is that young wide receiver group and how they're going to be eased in the offense. How do you see this starting off?
Well, what's interesting is going into yet a second season under Clay Helton, there's a little bit of uncertainty at a position. Last year, it appeared to be the quarterback position. We now know how that turned out. But, Garry, if you listen to Clay Helton, what he talks about is trusting tenured guys that have been in the program that he can trust over talent early on and integrating those younger players. But at the receiver position, look for USC to expand that offense, getting the running backs, getting the tight ends involved in the passing game to take pressure off those young receivers trying to integrate themselves into the game.
I think that's one of the big keys is USC is very deep at both of those positions this year with guys who can catch the ball. You're looking at Ronald Jones, Stephen Carr, Vavai Malapai at the running back spot. Those guys can all catch. And the tight end spot, Daniel Imatorbhebhe looking more and more like he is going to be able to play. But even if he is limited, Tyler Petit, Eric Croman-Hoke, Kerry Angeline, who we've enjoyed watching, there's a lot of guys who can help take pressure off of that receiver group.
And what I love about the versatility of the tight end position is if you need an extra slot receiver, you can add that versatility by bringing those tight ends inside the red zone. So look for USC to exploit the talent coming from all of those positions as mentioned.
And then let's talk about the opponent who's going to be on the other side of the ball, the Western Michigan Broncos. Everyone knows how well they played last year. 13 wins, that is nothing to scoff at. But they had some serious losses, Darrell. The one thing I think is going to be interesting, they have 15 starters returning, and there's a foundation of a winning program in there no matter who left.
And that can never be understated. When you're bringing that many experienced guys coming back, not including the rotational players, they're not going to come in with deer in the headlights. This is the team that can come in with the confidence that they can compete at a high level. So if USC is going to have success, they have to assert themselves early on in this game. Otherwise, you might find a team like Western Michigan feeling more confident as the game wears on, and that could spell a lot of trouble.
You mentioned we were talking beforehand about you could see this kind of being a Boise State type of situation, a lower level team, if you will, but one that knows how to play.
And absolutely, but you know, just because they may be a team out of the MAC, don't underestimate the quality of the talent. This is a team that is used to winning and feels like they're always in games. So look for that team to assert themselves with a little bit of trickeration, a little bit of things that take pressure off of a new head coach coming in trying to make a staple in the Coliseum.
But no matter what they do, across the way from them is going to be number 14 for the Trojans. And if you're talking right now, like you say, youth at the receiver spot, Cameron Smith sitting out, but how comforting is that going to be and how critical to have Sam Darnold out there settling things down?
Well, we talked about that there's potential controversy at the receiver position. Make no mistake about it. There's an anchor and a staple at the quarterback position, and Sam Darnold is USC's magic elixir. This team tends to take on his personality, his DNA will resonate all throughout the Coliseum. And when things get helter-skelter, look for a player like Sam Darnold to make his impact and enforce his will on this team by creating those magical plays that we've grown accustomed to seeing coming out of last season.
Saturday afternoon, 2:15 at the Coliseum, the USC Trojans versus the Western Michigan Broncos. Should be a lot of fun. For Darrell Rideaux, this is Garry Paskwietz. You're watching WeAreSC.